the HE111, and I wanted to show a couple things on both little projects here before I get along a little farther. The HE111, I just basically did a base coat, and that is with RLM82. Just a light green, and then I'm going to use the darker green, which is RLM83, and then I'll do the splinter pattern on it with that color. And of course I got to paint the bottom. I call it Luftwaffe grayish, basically that little bluish gray color. I'll paint that on the bottom. I'm going to paint that next, and then that'll give it time to dry, and then I'll be able to by the weekend mask off the splinter pattern. I just got basically a light coat on there. I need to go in just a little darken up, just a few little places. I didn't pre-shade, and that's one of those you can either pre-shade, post-shade, just whatever. I'm going to post-shade this. I just think it looks a little more, I like to call it battle-worn when it's post-shaded. It just makes it look a little more realistic to me. But anyway, HE111 finally getting some paint. The Enterprise B. Now I gotta go into the shed out there. I gotta go dig out the resin replacement neck for it and everything. But before I do that, we are going to add the DLM parts. And first things first, I had to cut out the bassards here. And the parts are very, very casted, very nice. You just got to cut them off the little resin sheet here. And since they are clear parts, they're a little rubbery, which ain't all bad. But I did get one in. I got to super glue it. It's just sitting in there right now. I need to super glue that in. I need to do a little trim work because I got to see what it fits on in the cell part. But anyway, it does. I don't know if I can see if we can show it here. It does light up. So we're going to put an LED in there and make that light up, just like the is on the movie. But one thing I wanted to show, and that is, oh, I did get the vacuum form on. I did cut it. I got everything trimmed. And I put a little putty on, and this time I wanted to try it. And I've been buying some, and I haven't tried it yet. And that is Vallejo's plastic putty. It's been acrylic, so it's you can manipulate it with water, and it's just real easy stuff. And if you don't know what this stuff is, it says it's got marble dust in it, and you just take a little bit out like so. And you can manipulate it. I mean, it's pretty thick. It goes on pretty smooth. And one thing I like about this is you can get you a little bit of water and really get it really thin. Like you do with a red putty. You basically have to take almost like a glue, just to a liquid glue, just to get it to really thin. But it actually goes on pretty well. My only really complaint with it is you kind of have to put a couple of layers of it on just to get it just a little bit thicker on some places. But anyway, I want to sand that today, and actually I'm going to wet sand it and see how well we get, and then I'll give my final verdict once I get it sanded. But anyway, I like the stuff. It works out. No smell, none of that, non-toxic, if you will. I think it's a unique putty. Plus, I've always a lot of modelers keep saying it's a real good, putty. So I want to try it, and it comes in two kinds. It comes in the eye bottle, or it comes into the little tube here. But anyway, I think it has possibilities. Even if you don't really use it as a putty, you use it as a filler. Kind of almost like tulip in a way, because it is really, really thick. So anyway, that is where I am on today. So I'm gonna try to get that sanded today, and then I'm gonna probably spray one more coat tonight, and then I'm gonna probably mask it this weekend so we can start painting the rest of it. But anyway, or I may leave it. And sometimes when I do paint jobs on planes, I like to I leave it light and dark in a few areas. This way, it just gives another panel lines, different shades, so you don't have to go back in with the same color with a little bit of white and do each panel. You already kind of achieved it. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. We are putting up the Enterprise B, and we are painting the HE111. So that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.